What is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Thursday before Purple Friday, and before, of course, Minnesota Vikings head to Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers in the first divisional NFC North game this year. It's a big one, man. I mean, the first three games have felt big, obviously, right, for different reasons, as we've talked about at nauseum. Week one, make sure you can blow out a bad Giants team. And then weeks 2 and 3, in your home stadium, you have two really, really tough teams, Super Bowl contenders in each conference, and you do what you got to do there. You basically blow them both out. The 49ers game was a lot closer than it should have been. Whatever.
Right.
Last game was a huge win as well. But this one just feels bigger. Green Bay Packers, Sam Darnold and his defense and Kevin O'Connell, everything's been going so well here so far. And like every week, the tests just feel like they keep getting bigger, right? Where this one, with the things that have happened with the Packers so far this season, it doesn't feel like this one's as big as these last two, but at the end of the day, this is probably the biggest game yet, and I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a really, really fun matchup. I do think it's going to be pretty close, which we'll get into score predictions at the end. I'm excited for this one. It's huge, and it sounds like both teams are going to be pretty close to full strength. It sounds like Jordan Love will be playing, which we'll get into some injury stuff later, but I think this is going to be a really, really, really entertaining football game, and I cannot wait for Sunday.
Let's go, dude. The Packers, the Vikings in Lambeau, Vikings top team in the NFL right now. Yeah, I know. I mean, I do think obviously there's a lot of history between us, and there's a reason why people look at this as being one of the most, or I mean, arguably the biggest test of the season. Though at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm still thinking the 49ers and Houston Texans were biggest test. I'm still on team Packers are overrated. And, we'll get into score predictions at the end here of this stream. But early spoiler alert, I think we're going to wipe them pretty badly, actually. So we'll see. You'll find out more about that later, probably. But before I keep going into this, we got our guys in the chat here. We got Gary, Subsco Mates, Fuck the Pack, Facts. Hey, this is the Fuck the Pack stream. We all have to give Steve fundraising tonight. Steve's my guy. I'm hoping he comes in here tonight. You might be a little scared too, but that's my guy, even though he's a Packer fan. That's what happens. If you come in here, it is what it is. I can't control myself. When it comes to the Packers, it just comes out of me, words. And if you're a Packer fan, you're probably going to get offended. That's just going to be part of how this works, how our show goes against Packers. What's going on? Justin in the building. Dan Henneman in the building. Let's go. My guy, Big Railing Gary. Let's go. Johnny, Bite-Size Vikes, FTP. These clowns getting absolutely mooned on Sunday. Facts, two-toned in the building. Skol, two-tone. Who else we got in here? Let's keep on going. I'm seeing all the fires. Bite-Size taking out of those cheeseheads. Skol, Casey, and Jamie. Skol, my guy. We got Vocal Vike in the building, my dude. Hey, tomorrow night, I'll be on Vocal Vikes, aka Raps live stream. Is going to be me and him taking down the Packers 2 times. One stream is not good enough for me against the Packers. I hate them so much. I got to do it 2 days in a row. So that's going to be good one. Everyone needs to definitely go tap into that with us tomorrow night. Mark Phil's back in the building. My guy, what's up? Who else we got in here? Am I missing it? Russell in the building. What up? Getting anxious. Oh, dude. Hey, we're going to whoop on that. We're going to whoop on that ass. I'm telling you. Okay, so Jamie, will the thrill from 55 forecast for a Sunday cloudy with the heavy purple haze. Let's go. I love that, dude. Welcome back in, Darren. Welcome in. Again, just like every show, got the Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card giveaway, given away at the end of the show. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Hey, Jamie, I was going to say, what's that on your head right now?
Yeah. As you guys can see, we do got the GG Sports podcast hats here.
I don't have mine yet, but
I know we've been waiting. Yeah, you guys might even get it before Casey does. Here they are.
Right.
These things are nice. We did get the Velcro thing here. They are adjustable, so it should fit most heads. Unless you got a giant one, then you're a little luckier than me in this world. But GG Sports podcast hats, $29.99, $30 including shipping. Anybody who's interested in one of those, we will drop if you either email us or text us or anything like that. We don't want it through super chats because YouTube gets a chunk out of those. So just hit us up on our email. I'll post it in here right now, and then we'll just post it at the end of the show too. If anybody is interested in getting any of these hats here, let me drop this in here right away though. For now,
which we definitely think you should because they look pretty clean.
Yeah, dude.
Wait.
The hats are nice. The hats are nice.
Jamie, you got to
Totally
do me a
worth
favor and send them to me soon. I need that.
I will. Someone else says I'm not sending it to Casey until at least one person buys one. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, people, help me out here. Help me get my hats that I help pay for.
We'll get it. We'll keep talking about this. I'll text you. Yeah. Anybody, if you have my number, if you don't, go to the email. You can get my number there. All those kinds of things. And then if you want a hat, we'll get this all figured out at the end here. But yeah, keep going into this. Hey, what up, DV Vega? What up, D Vega? Let's go. I gotta get me one. Let's go. Anyways, man, yeah, like you said, huge game. Jordan Love, and we're gonna get injuries, like you said, but it does sound like it sounds like there's a good chance he plays, but he's a game time decision. So I guess we won't really know, obviously, until the game.
Which I mean, for them, it's for them. I mean, that's a strategic thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they know who's playing. Like they 100% know if Jordan Love's going to start or not, but they can kind of play the injury game, be like, oh well, we'll see.
Yeah, but I'm not scared.
He's already said he's prepping for both anyway, which I don't doubt that Brian Flores is going to be able to, in the short amount of time he has, I don't doubt he's going to be able to come up with a scheme that's going to be
all right. I'm not worried about Malik Willis. Yeah, you got to worry a little bit more of the run game with him.
Right. See, because with me and Malik Willis, everybody's all like, hey, because I mean, tell me what this sounds like. A quarterback who's only been with his team for about a week had to step in and start right away. And he had two really good games to start. What does that sound like to you? To me, that sounds a lot like Josh Dobbs. So, I mean, eventually we saw how that worked out last year. It is going to fall off eventually. Right. I think Kevin O'Connell already did it. So did Brian Flores. Credit to Matt LaFleur for making it work so soon and for as long as it has so far. But eventually you do feel like it's all going to come to an end.
Yeah.
And and that's why I think they're going to feel, though they said they're not rushed, this is a big matchup for them too. Obviously, NFC North divisional matchup.
Yeah.
I feel like they are going to put Jordan Love out there. So if I'm Brian Flores, I'm having a backup plan for Malik Willis, but I am 100% planning for Jordan Love. Malik Willis is that guy, like we said, with a good backup, you hope you can get through a game or two and come out pretty much unscathed, which they did. But for them, it's definitely going to be Jordan Love. I would be planning 99% Jordan Love, 1% Malik Willis.
Yeah, and either way, I think if you plan for Jordan Love, I think you're going to be okay with Malik Willis. Regardless,
yeah.
You said, the whole Josh Dobbs thing. They're playing against vanilla defenses. Tennessee, I mean, in most power rankings, the Titans are like 32. They could have primetime Brady. It wouldn't matter. Yeah, facts. And that's another thing with Malik Willis is he hasn't played against a Vikings defense. No, there's not been. We lead the league in sacks. I mean, nobody's been able to figure out Brian Flores' defense, and we've played, and I've talked about it already on our last show. In the show, we probably played the most. As far as running the ball, like the best offense when it comes to running the ball and like focusing around the run in the 49ers. Obviously, they didn't have Christian McCaffrey, which is a big loss, but then they still had Debo. They can still put him back there. Jordan Mason still looking good. And then obviously they still got Ayuk and Kittle on that offense. And then going against Houston, who, in my opinion, arguably, I guess maybe you could say Kansas City because of Patrick Mahomes specifically, but as far as wide receivers and quarterback goes, the most high flying offense from a receiving standpoint, I think would be Houston. And we took out both of them. They couldn't figure out Brian Flores' defense. I don't think the Packers is going to for sure with Malik Willis, but injured Jordan Love, who kind of played like shit before his injury actually happened. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not worried. I'm not worried.
What's going on, Skol Mafia? Well, and,
my guy.
And yes, the Packers have played well these last 2 weeks, but they played the Colts and they played the Tennessee Titans. That should tell. It's not, like you said, this is not the same. This is not the same.
Yeah, it's not. We played 49ers in Houston, Texans. They played the Colts and the Tennessee Titans, two of the worst teams. We played two of the best teams, and they still want to favor the Packers in this. Obviously, it's Lambeau. I get that. If it was in Minnesota, I'm sure we would get the edge there. But either if it's Lambeau or not, and you got Aaron Jones, and we're going to get into him specifically in a bit here. But you got Aaron Jones, who's going to, I mean, revenge. If anyone's good at revenge games, it's the Vikings, man. It's
For
the
sure.
Vikings.
Yeah.
And
But anyway,
Aaron Jones is going to be on one on this.
But anyway, enough initial thoughts. Let's get a little deeper into this. Let's get a little
All
deeper
right,
into the
let's
weeds
jump.
on this
We'll
big
kind of. We're talking about injuries and stuff already. We might as well get into ours here. We got Garrett Bradbury ankle, did not participate. This is all from today. Ivan Pace Jr. did not participate. Jay Ward did not participate. Jordan Addison, limited participation. He came out today and said, like, he's ready to go. So I don't know. Just like if we think Jordan Love is going to play on Sunday, I think we can feel the same way about Jordan Addison playing on Sunday, which should be a nightmare since we just beat Houston, like we talked about, and 49ers without him. And I do think he brings a different level to this team, especially, you know, when you got Jareer Alexander, who got absolutely lit up by Jordan Addison a year ago. And he hasn't faced a Jefferson and Jordan Addison offense yet. So that's going to be an interesting one. Jonathan Bullard did not participate. Dallas Turner, good news here, full participation. We'll see him for sure. Grugier Hill, limited. Josh Oliver, limited. Sam Darnold, full participation. We'll see him. Christian Darrisaw did not participate. Illness. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Obviously it's not an injury.
Skol Mafia.
So we should see something.
The $9.99. We appreciate
that,
man. Thank you so much.
Let's go, Skol Mafia, my dude. Let's go.
I thought I saw Garrett Bradbury did practice today. I thought I saw he was limited. I thought they saw maybe he was limited. I could be wrong.
This was from the website, I think. All right, here's the hat, Gary. Here's the hat. Dude, I'm telling you, this thing's nice. I'm surprised they're even able to do the logo, to be honest. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's going to have like this back here, so you can adjust it however you want, whatever, you know. I don't know. These are the hats I usually have, which I was being a little selfish with it, but my hat's small. I didn't want to buy a hat I couldn't wear, you know. How can I get that hat? Hey, my guy, we're selling them for $30. Selling for $30. We'll be doing at the end of the show. I'm going to drop. Actually, I'm just going to keep doing it. Here's our email. Just email us, text us, whatever, however you get a hold of me, do that. At the end of the show, we'll make sure we get an email in here so everybody can see all that good stuff here. But we just got the hats today, man, and I'm pumped. I would say they definitely came back better than I was expecting or hoping for. Yeah. So that's all I could add. So
if they're well liked, might need to get more.
Yeah, facts. Going to the Packers, though, we got Jordan Morgan. Shoulder did not participate. They got a list here. Jareer Alexander, limited. Kenny Clark, limited. Tucker Kraft, limited. Jordan Love, obviously limited. Luke Musgrave, limited. Jaden Reed, limited. Carrington Valentine, limited. Devontae Wyatt, limited. What is it? Elton Jenkins, full participation. Josh Myers, Zach Thomas, all full participation. But they got a lot of limited. It does sound like, I don't know if anyone, Jordan Morgan, maybe. I think he's a guy that people think that might end up not playing. Otherwise, a lot of these names, I don't really know. I think we'll find out. But hopefully, I mean, that's a lot of big names on there. So at least, like, they're not coming in 100% for sure. Right. We know that. We definitely know that. Mark, getting there. Adam is so drunk already. The night is still young. My guy, let's go. Hey, speaking of that, we're gonna jump into. You're good on the injuries. In case you got anything else on the injuries.
Nope. Looks like we should be pretty good. I mean, Jordan Addison did say he's feeling good, ready to go. So sounds like he will be playing this week, which is huge.
We'll talk more about all of those good things here. Let's switch over. We're gonna do this one early today. All right, let me get the thing up. I always miss this thing up here. Boom. Let's go. The Skol Gauntlet. Let's go. So we're going to do this one a little bit different here. I don't think Casey's going to be doing it too much different. Are you, Casey?
Nope. I'm sticking to the OG way.
The OG way, but I'm going to be taking the other way, and that other way is the extreme way, which means while Casey is doing his predictions, I'm going to be trying to chug this beer, and hopefully I'm done before he's finished. That's my goal. And then, yeah, I'll jump into my half and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I don't fuck up too much.
All right. So am I running now then? And you go after?
Yeah, hold up. Let me, here. Yeah. So that's what we want to do this. We want to go through it right in a row here.
Sure.
Just one after another.
Running through all of them, and then you go through all of them after. Do it that way again.
Yep. Yep. Let's go, right. Adam. I know you got one, my guy. I know you got one. Anybody else? Hey, drink with me. Let's go.
All right. So I guess I can handle the timer if you want to just focus on your drinking.
All right. All right.
So I'm going to just do the regular version. All right. So I guess whenever I'm ready, I can just start it off.
Here, I got
all
the.
right.
I'll run through the. You're gonna have to. I'll do this still. I got this though. I got this. I got this. You're good.
Sounds good. All right. Ready and go. I got to hit timer still. Okay. For me, biggest concern in this game, you could say it's having to prepare for two different quarterbacks. I think for me, and I don't know if I'll get hate for this. My biggest concern is that defense. I mean, as we'll talk about in a bit here, they are doing pretty well. They're doing pretty well in turnovers. They have, Kenny Clark in the middle, which is always big. Rashawn Gary and Preston Smith are both playing really, really well. And they got some solid linebackers. And I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for that Jair and JJ matchup. So that's one that I'm kind of watching out for. So biggest concern is definitely going to be their defense. Aaron Jones revenge. I'm super excited for this one. I mean, obviously we had a nice revenge game last weekend with Jonathan Grenard against Houston. Everyone's been saying the right things. The Packers have been talking up Jones. Jones has been talking up the Packers, but Jones also said he's really happy to be here. I think Jones is going to do what he's always done. He's going to go back to Lambeau. He's going to light it up. I think he's going to run for, I think they're going to feature him. I think he's going to have 160 total yards. And I do think he's going to end up with 2 touchdowns. So Aaron Jones' revenge game is going to be key here. I'm excited to watch this one for sure. JJ versus Jair. As we know, this always involves a lot of talking. Jair loves to talk. Did the gritty in the game in Lambeau in 2022. Justin Jefferson still has to pay him back for that. He did not play in the first game last year. And Jair did not play in the last game last year. So it's the first time these guys are going to be on the field for a while. It's already been a little back and forth. Justin Jefferson was asked about the matchup today. He says, I don't care about the matchup. I think Jair is more concerned about the matchup than I am, which is a little dig at him. But I'm excited to watch this one. This is definitely going to be the matchup most people are going to be watching. Sam Darnold, first game in the NFC North. As we talk about he's had big test after big test after big test. And this is just the next biggest one, right? Now you're on the road. You're against a division rival. These teams know each other so well. LaFleur and Kevin O'Connell, I think they know how they're going to coach against each other. So this is one where Kevin O'Connell, I hope throughout the week, Darnold's knee sounds fine. I hope he's kept Darnold with a level head. And I think he's still going to keep getting the best out of Sam Darnold. This is a big one, though. I think this game is going to be very, very telling to me about the rest of this season with how Sam Darnold plays on the road. Biggest X factor. Let's give the X factor to Aaron Jones. I mean, the best way to keep the pass rush off of Sam Darnold and those tackles is to establish a run game, as we always say. And as we've talked about already, I think Aaron Jones is going to have a huge, huge game here. So my X factor is Aaron Jones. As I said, I think he's going for 160 total yards, 2 touchdowns. Establish the run. So Sam Darnold, we can get the play action going, widen the pocket, give Sam Darnold some room to move. Everything's going to be good here. Bold prediction. I guess I kind of already gave one with Aaron Jones, but I want to go even. I'm going to say that Jordan Love is going to play. It all keeps going around in circles, right? Van Ginkel had the big game. Grenard had a big game. Blake Cashman had a big game. This one goes to Dallas Turner. I think Dallas Turner comes away with 2 sacks. I think he gets around that Packers offensive line. Okay. I think he gets a not 100% in Jordan Love for, I think he bags him for 2 sacks. Dallas Turner has a big game.
Hey, boom. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Let's hit these comments real quick, and I'll run through this. Jamie slow. Jamie's in college form. Hey,
Jamie, you chug beers about as well as Aaron Rodgers.
Hey,
which would be better trash talk for next week, not right now. But
I got it down before his first 30 seconds, at least.
Good point. Better than I would have done.
I didn't want to show off too much on my first one here. You know what I'm saying? Here's the deal. We can replace KFC. There's lots of good offensive minds, but if we lose flow, we are screwed. Our defense is why we are winning. Signs Flores to head coach before next year. Oh, no, I don't know about that, Big Red.
I disagree. No.
KOC, that combo is lethal. The way the reality is what we've done with
KOC is a better head football coach than Brian Flores.
Right.
But
Brian Flores
that's not taking anything away from Brian Flores and how good of a defensive mastermind he is. I think Kevin O'Connell just has that stuff to be a head coach.
And what Kevin O'Connell has done with Sam Darnold, who is considered a bust up until this point with Kevin O'Connell, and without Hawkinson or Jordan Addison, our offense shouldn't be moving the way it does. But Kevin O'Connell's doing that. And Kevin O'Connell brought in Brian Flores. So that's a huge plus on Kevin O'Connell as a head coach. So I got to
keep them both if he can.
Who am I? Let me hit some people real quick that's just popping in here. Bob Swede in the building, my guy. Again, everybody, of course, giving away another Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. Yeah, hopefully, speaking of Ivan Pace, hopefully he plays. Who am I missing? My guy Nora's in the building. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's do my thing here. Let's get this out of the way.
Feeling a little buzzy?
I'm feeling all right. It's just one. It's just one. There's a little tingle going on here, but we're good. All right. I'm just gonna jump. Actually, do you want to hit the timer? Do you want to hit the timer? Or do you got the graphics?
I can do everything. We're good.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
And you just go right down that list.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, roll.
Biggest concern. I'm with you. I guess I'm gonna have to go with you. It's the defense, in my opinion. Obviously, they're coming in here with the most interceptions on the league. And when it does, we'll get into Sam Darnold a little bit here, but when it does come to Sam Darnold, there's going to be a game where he is going to throw a couple interceptions and things are going to be ugly. I hope it's not this game, but if it is against a team that leads the league in interceptions, that's one thing that I am concerned about. And then hopefully, Darnold can keep going. Aaron Jones revenge game. This is what we're all been waiting for. I love it. I love revenge games. I love getting players from the Packers and then them coming over here just to go and beat their ass like we did with Brett Favre. And we're feeling the same way with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is that type of guy who's going to want to have like the best game of his career. He's going to want to Lambo leap into a crowd of Vikings so bad. And I do think he is going to do that at least once, but I could see 2. I'm with you on that. I could see 2 for him. JJ versus Jareer Alexander matchup. JJ's, if you're JJ, you're like, you mark this one on your calendar every single year. You want this matchup. The boy talks mad shit. You can't really understand what he's saying, but he is talking mad shit. You know that for sure. And I do think JJ messes him up. And not just that, with Jordan Addison back, who did destroy Jareer Alexander, what are they going to do? Are they going to be able to shadow Justin Jefferson with him? I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. It's going to be a tough task regardless. With Darnold, like I was already saying, I am a little bit worried about this defense as far as like turnovers go. We saw a couple plays from Darnold last week that was a little head scratcher. He needs to be careful, but he does also still need to get tested, and he does need to make a couple bad plays and bounce back from them. And I do think this could potentially be that game for him, or maybe he does get an ugly interception, but hopefully he comes back and we tear this team apart, because I do think we can do that. X factor. It's hard to not go with Aaron Jones, just like you, just because it's a movie. Like everybody in the chat will say movie. This is it. This is the revenge game for him. But I'm going to say Jordan Addison definitely is going to be healthy. You got Jareer Alexander. If he's covering, he can't even handle Addison himself, but if he's covering JJ, Addison's going to be out there against cornerbacks that I don't think are very good. They got, I know that McKinney's good as safety, but I'm going to say Jordan Addison as my X factor. And bold predictions last week, I did call for 2 interceptions against CJ Stroud, who hasn't thrown one since week 11 last year. I did say Andrew Van Ginkel and Harrison Smith would get them, but hey, I'll take the 2 interceptions anyways. This week, I'm going to go with 150 yards total offense out of Aaron Jones with 2 touchdowns. That's a bold prediction in this one.
All right, there we go. And that is this episode's rendition of the Skol Gauntlet. I think we covered some pretty solid topics there.
Yeah. I see 5 sacks. I could see that too. And what are we at right now? We have 7, 5, and 5. Is that where we're at? 150. I like that too. 150 A. Jones and 150 JJ Jets. Let's go. Packers in their own house. What's going on, Clinton? What's going on, my guy? Thanks for jumping in. I like to call it Flores for
Algernon. I like it.
Let's go. Addison is going to go off. Addison, the rookie made. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think Addison, like, people are going to be sleeping. Like, everybody's worried about who are we going to be paying attention to? Who do we have to plan for? But if the Packers aren't planning for Jordan Addison, they're going to be regretting that significantly. And they should, because Jordan Addison showed them why last season. And if we have Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, good luck. But yeah, and we can dive into more of all of this right now here because we're going to dive into our top 3 matchups of this game, starting with at number 3, we got Sam Darnold versus the Packers secondary. Casey, I'll let you take this one right away here. What's your thoughts on this?
Right. I mean, we already kind of touched on it a little bit. And I think, right hand in hand with this is definitely going to be the play of our offensive line against their defensive line. I guess we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get into number 2. But obviously, I believe Devondre Wyatt had a sack for them up the middle last week, and then obviously Preston Smith has had a couple this year, and Rashawn Gary is really disruptive as well. So I do think a big part of it is going to be keeping Sam Darnold clean. But the Packers, again, who have they really played anybody? I know they picked off Jalen Hurts in week 1. And then so far they played Anthony Richardson, who's still technically a rookie, and Will Levis, who has been a turnover machine so far this year. But the Packers are still first in the league in interceptions. I believe that is it 8 that they have. But they're allowing 222 yards to the air, ranking 22nd in the league so far this year. So they can get got. So as long as we can keeping Sam Darnold clean or making, and getting the run game going, which we'll talk about soon, so that you can get the play action pass going, just keeping Sam Darnold upright so he can do what he does, move around within the pocket, get out of the pocket and make plays as well. Just keeping him clean is going to be huge against this Packers secondary that has been, ball hockey as of late. I mean, Jair Alexander did have a pick 6 last week, again, against a Will Levis led team, but I think this is going to be a big one. I mean, we'll talk about a lot of things we're talking about now. We'll keep going through with these matchups, but Sam Darnold just needs to keep playing efficient, clean football. As him and Kevin O'Connell have said, don't make bad plays worse and just limiting the mistakes. If we can keep doing that, I don't think the secondary is going to come into play. But again, it is something that you do need to worry about. So their defense is going to be a major test. And I know maybe we're not as concerned about their offense because of the injury to Jordan Love. And, me and you always say, and their bevy of number 2 wide receivers, they don't have a legitimate number 1. But this defense legitimately does concern me. So
I would say it concerns me, but not that much. Like, I still more worried about the San Francisco 49ers defense than the Packers defense. Obviously, like you mentioned, they lead the league in interceptions, but I like Anthony Richardson, but everybody knew this is basically his first year after playing 4 games last season. And everybody knew coming into the league, he wasn't going to come in and be the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. He has a huge arm and he's really athletic, and that's kind of where he's at. So he's got a lot of growth as far as being a good passing quarterback. And same with Will Levis. You got a lot of your interceptions come from those games. And then the one team that you did lose to, the only good team that you played was the Eagles, and you lost to them, where the teams that you did beat were at the bottom. I mean, they're in the bottom in the entire NFL. I mean, you could argue, I'm pretty sure in most power rankings, Tennessee was at the bottom, Carolina's past them now, but the Colts are right there with them. They're in the bottom 20, the last 5 or 6 or 5 or 7 in the NFL. And that's coming off of wins against Houston and the 49ers, we're going to say this, I'll say this a million times, but that's a huge deal. That's a massive difference between these teams. And you can say that their defense hasn't played that good of talent. I do think that their defense is overrated. And I do think that, that in this game, I think we win on that side for sure. If we're going to compare defenses, I'm more worried about our defense and our offense. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, how Sam Darnold has been playing. And then Aaron Jones, I'm taking over Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson, who barely knows how to catch. I do like Jaden Reed. I got nothing bad to say about him. But then a Jordan Love, who probably shouldn't be playing this week, regardless of where his health is at. I feel like it's still early from an MCL sprain. And then, of course, if you have Malik Willis in there and instead, come on. Malik Willis just threw his first time throwing over 150 yards in a single game just a week ago. So I don't know. I think out of the last 3 games, this one is the least concerning. I know it's in Lambeau, but it's just the least concerning, especially since at the very most you're playing against an injured Jordan Love and not 100%.
Right. But we also, I know Sam Darnold's a full participant, but we know he's probably not 100%. And I guess for on their side of the ball too, Romeo Dobbs, I think, is a little bit underrated. He's kind of a sneaky guy that could have a big game if you let him. But also, and I think you mentioned something like Jordan Addison, like having him back within this offense as well is only going to stress that Packers defense more. I do think it's going to be a really, really good matchup. And I think it's, and I think like you said, we're coming off 2 huge wins, so I do think it's more of, can Kevin O'Connell and Sam Darnold, can they keep it like, and that's like, people have been talking this week. That's the big test. Can they not get too high? Can they keep it level headed? And Kevin O'Connell said, he's like, we're on a new week now. It's like, it's all about teaching these guys that focus, that you got to just keep looking at the task ahead and live in the present.
Right.
And Sam Darnold, it's funny because he mentioned it in his press conference yesterday. Every time they ask him about, how have you gotten over your past failures and how do you do this? And he said yesterday, he's like, as I do with everything, I'm just going day by day with this. I'm not looking too far forward. I'm not looking behind me. It's just day by day. And I do think that's the right mindset. And I do think that is a mindset that is definitely going to help. Definitely going to help him this game. And like Rivalia says there, I do think that's going to be their game plan, is try to get pressure, try to speed Sam Darnold up, and try to make him make some of those plays that we were scratching our heads at last week and make them go in the opposite direction. I don't know. I've seen enough out of Sam Darnold this year where I think after last week getting that ovation from the fans and everything that's happened this week, I think he's coming into this game the most confident he's ever been. And I foresee good things for Sam Darnold this game. Yeah. It's going to be tough, but I definitely think he's going to get the better of this Packers defense.
Yeah. And as far as, if Darisaw, who's, out with the illness today, and I'm assuming he's going to be ready to go by Sunday, dude, the reality is they do not have the pass rushers they do not have a Danielle Hunter and a Will Anderson. They do not have a Nick Bosa.
Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary are both pretty good.
They're not, in my opinion, I do not think they're up there with that combo. I don't think so.
Good. It's a good pass rush.
It's not. I don't think I would say I do not think it's as good as Houston's. I would say it's not as good as Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. So I'm not too worried about. And we've stopped all of them. It wasn't like we barely won. We beat Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa did end up with a sack, but we beat them. It wasn't like they were a problem for our tackles, right? And it comes down to Kenny Clark, who hasn't been playing that great so far this season, and that interior offensive line. That's where the pressure is going to come with, just like it has the only time it has this entire season so far for the Vikings. And that's something that we are going to have to worry about, is more of that interior pressure. Then I feel confident with Brian O'Neill, and I feel confident with Darisaw, and I don't know. So I feel good there. I'm not worried about their pass rush. We've handled better pass rush, in my opinion. San Francisco is known to be arguably the best pass rushing team going into that game. So I'm not worried about the Packers pass rush. I'm just not. The secondary is something more.
The crowd noise is going to play a factor for sure. Being on the road, that's the main thing that gets going the other way. Is you're in Lambeau.
Yeah. Of course,
it's going to be a loud environment for sure. But
yeah. That's true.
Yeah. But the middle is definitely the bigger thing to concern about, which can bring us to our number 2 matchup we have here.
Connect? Well, before we go in there, I just want to, since we're talking about quarterback and defense or whatever, I did want to know what your thoughts were. Just like, if Jordan Love does start, let's just pretend Jordan Love starts, right? It sounds like it's going to be a game time decision. I just don't feel like you say that without him actually being the one that's playing, like you were mentioning. Yep. But I think he's more worried. I think we have the most sacks in the league. We got the most difficult defense. If I'm a Packer, which I definitely am not, and I'm super happy I'm not. If I'm a Packer podcaster and I'm doing the same list, it's Jordan Love versus our defense, right? So what's your thoughts on that? Because that's going to be, we're smothering people right now. And I think that's something that they should be a little bit more worried about than us.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Steve? Thanks for joining, my man. Thanks for joining.
My guy.
Yeah,
I love
you. And I think when Flores is planning for Jordan Love, I do think that's going to be it. Contain him in the pocket and get pressure on him. Because if he can't, he's not going to be. If we all know the knee cannot be 100%, right? Like you said, it's sprained MCL after 2 weeks. Again, I think for a divisional matchup, they are rushing him back out there. But the biggest thing is going to be get pressure on him, because he's not going to be able to move. And maybe you could, just like they're probably going to plan on doing with Darnold, we want to plan on doing with them. Keep him in the pocket, get pressure, make him make throws from the pocket, because he's not going to be as mobile, at least from what I think. He's not going to be as mobile as he normally was. And the one time we did see him this year against that Eagles team, I know the field conditions, whatever you want to say about that, he didn't look like we saw at the end of last year. So do I think he's still a talented quarterback? Sure. But this is going to be the game where you can get after him because that knee is not 100%. So, yes,
Yeah.
I think that is something that they're going to have to game plan for is a heavily aggressive defense from Flores, which we're used to seeing anyway. But yeah, it's definitely going to be, I think it's definitely got to be a concern for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm them, I'm more worried about Jordan Love against our defense than Sam Darnold against theirs. But that brings us, we'll jump into the second one here. I kind of have the graphic a little off here, but hey, it is what it is. Obviously, Dalvin Cook coming into a revenge
Aaron
game.
Jones, would you stop
Aaron
that?
Jones, Aaron
Would
Jones,
you stop
Aaron
that?
Jones, Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones. Why number 33? I know why, but all right. Aaron Jones. That's the last time I'm ever going to call him Dalvin Cook on this podcast. 100% fact. And if I don't, I'll chug another beer. I shouldn't have said that. Aaron Jones. Anyways, Aaron Jones revenge game. Obviously, we've already went into why I'm excited, why you're excited for this, why the rest of the fan base, I'm sure, is really excited about this matchup against just their defense, their defensive line, who has, if there's the weakest link on their team so far, it has been their defensive line. I'll let you I know you got a little bit more in-depth stuff on that, I believe. I'll let you, what is your thoughts on this matchup? And then before we move on, we'll talk about the other side of the ball with Josh Jacobs against our defensive line, because that's something that needs to be talked about too. But how do you start with this matchup with Aaron Jones?
I mean, well, actually, they are only allowing 105 yards per game this year on the ground, which is actually, I think that was like top 10 to 12 in the league. But something that I think, a caveat that does have to be thrown in there, is they were beating the Titans so bad last week that they couldn't even get that run game going, and Tennessee had to move to throwing the football. But I guess, Aaron Jones, as I said, if you can get, as we saw last week, if you get Aaron Jones run game going, it's going to open things up for the passing game. Of course, the two go hand in hand. Aaron Jones is going to be heavily motivated in this game. We've seen that even with some shoddy run blocking, sometimes his elusiveness still comes into play. But I do think when you talk about Aaron Jones versus defense, you also need to talk about, again, our interior against their interior to open up holes for Aaron Jones. I mean, obviously, I think our tackle is going to be just fine at that. Blake Brandel has proven to be exactly what the front office and coaching staff thought he was going to be when they gave him that extension. But when it comes to Bradbury and Ingram, where in the run game, they have played relatively okay. The pass protections where it's a little bit more concerning. But we know that Kenny Clark has always been a tough matchup for Garrett Bradbury. They do have Wyatt back there as well, who's a guy we liked when he was coming out of Georgia. So I think that's going to be the bigger test. And Bradbury, I think I saw someone, I can't remember who it was. It might've been Rivalia. Yes. I think he mentioned it earlier in the comments about how Garrett Bradbury did a solid job against Dexter Lawrence. I mean, Dexter Lawrence got him early on, but they adjusted to it. And eventually, they were able to slow him down later in the game. And that's something that you're going to have to do with Kenny Clark right away. If you want this running game to get into full motion, is you're going to have to circle Kenny Clark on your game plan and make sure it's one of those things. Like, if anybody else other than him beats you, it's okay, but don't let that guy win. So I think to get Aaron Jones going, we're going to need the best run blocking game we've had this year so far. Because as I said, Kenny Clark knows Garrett Bradbury. He's played him many times. I'm a little worried because I know how Bradbury can be, but again, I trust Aaron Jones to make the right reads, to make the right cuts. And I trust Kevin O'Connell to come up with a scheme for this to mitigate the damage that Kenny Clark is going to cause. So I think this is going to be a fun one. As I said, I already think Aaron Jones is going for 160 total and 2 touchdowns. So Aaron Jones is going to win this matchup, but it's definitely one that's going to get this offense going. And I think Kevin O'Connell is going to try to run it early and run it often. Yeah.
And like you said, you have to. I mean, in this game, like you said, Aaron Jones is going to be ready for this one. I mean, just like I mentioned with Justin Jefferson, with Drew Alexander, Aaron Jones has this, especially Lambeau Field, circled on his calendar, and he's going to want the ball, and he's going to want the ball often. And like you said, I mean, we do have to worry about Kenny Clark. I would say, Bradbury, we've already faced arguably the best defensive tackle in the league in Dexter Lawrence with the Giants, and Aaron Jones ended up, even though if there was one thing on that defense that, made things difficult, it was him. But Aaron Jones still had at least over 100 all-purpose yards in that game. I forget what the exact number was. And I do think you're going to see a lot of that. Obviously, the Packers in this situation, they do know Aaron Jones. I guess they'll be able to game plan to him to some extent. But at the same time, Aaron Jones has also played against this defense too. So I do think you win that battle. And I do think it's more important. And I said this what was it, last week that I think, or no, against San Francisco. I think it's a bigger benefit to have an offensive player playing against his old team, than like a defensive player playing against their old team. So I do think, because I do think it's easier to just understand what the whole defense is, other than being, a defender and doing the same thing like we saw with Danielle Hunter last weekend. But I don't know. I'm expecting big things in this game from Aaron Jones. From the other side of the ball, because we're talking about other concerns, and I would say their run, because I'm concerned for, like, if Jordan Love, obviously he has a big arm. I saw Mark Phil say something earlier about that he played good for like part of the season last year. And that's how I felt. Like, I need to see more from him before I'm convinced he's even that guy. And he didn't show he was that guy in that Philly game. And then now he's coming back from an too early from an MCL sprain. I'm not worried about him. But that run game has been good with Josh Jacobs. But our run defense has been really fantastic too. So I would say I'm more worried about that than their pass game, kind of. And their receivers, like we've said, they got a bunch of wide receiver twos over there. So I'm not like super concerned about that. And I think we're up there. Like I said, we have, I think we're second in interceptions. I know Steve was talking about, wait, let me see. Could I do respect everyone in this podcast? I do respect Jamie, Casey, are cool, awesome dudes. Yeah. Steve's the best, even though I'm about to have to, sorry, Steve, but we have the most interceptions this year, 7. We have 5, and we played against Houston and we played against the 49ers, 2 teams that do not throw a lot of interceptions, Brock Purdy and CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud literally didn't throw an interception since week 11 a year ago. And we were able to do that compared to an Anthony Richardson and a Will Levis, who are basically rookies and haven't played an entire year. And you could argue neither of them are really ready to be starting, at least from a passing standpoint, in the NFL. So I do think there's a big difference there. But on the other side of the ball, so that's why when it comes to the run game, that's what I'd probably be concerned about. I think if you keep Josh Jacobs in check, I think that's how you stop this offense. And I do think we're going to do that. And if I'm the Packers, like, if you can stop Aaron Jones, that's not good enough. It's not going to be good enough. So what's your thoughts on the Josh Jacobs?
He hasn't been, he had one game or week 2 against Indianapolis, 151 yards. Other than that, 43 week 1, 84 week last week against, 84 against Philly, only 43 against Tennessee last week, even though they had a big lead. Obviously they couldn't really get the running game going. He's good, right? He's on one of my fantasy teams, so he's been disappointing me, I will say, overall. But yeah, he's 2 years ago he was league's leading rusher. I think last year was kind of a down year for him in that Raiders offense. I think they downgraded. I do think Aaron Jones is a better, because let's see. This so far this year, it looks like he only has 25 receiving yards. Josh Jacobs does, so he's kind of a one-trick pony. He's more of a runner than an all-around back. And Aaron Jones just does it all. So I think Aaron Jones is obviously the better of the two. I think the Packers downgraded for sure. But again, it's also Josh Jacobs, as I said, has shown he can be the league's leading rusher. So yes, you do need to stop him. You do need to get the Packers into second, third, and long situations. So you can pin your ears back and get after an injured Jordan Love.
Yeah. Let's switch to our third top matchup. And of course, we got to do this one because this is the one everybody's going to anticipate, other than like Jordan or Aaron Jones with the revenge game thing. And it is Justin Jefferson versus Jaire Alexander. I think last year, Jaire Alexander, he didn't play week 17. They didn't get a meet up last year. Justin Jefferson was hurt the first game. Jaire Alexander was hurt the second game. Jordan Addison made Jaire Alexander look like an absolute fool in the first game a year ago. But I don't even, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know if you just have him cover Justin Jefferson. Otherwise, if Jordan Addison's out there, he's going to absolutely eat.
He's going to want to, but if you're the Packers, you literally cannot have it. Like, I know they call him Jair safety help Alexander. You have to keep doing that. And that's the thing. It's like, I know he wants to prove he can handle it one-on-one, and we haven't seen him act. We've seen him try and it hasn't worked. I think in order for, obviously you're trying to win this game. It's a divisional game. You have to do it. So it may hurt his pride, but whatever you have to do on defense to stop Jordan or to stop Justin Jefferson, you have to try to do it. So I don't think you can let him go one-on-one. You have to give him that safety help over the top. You have to.
Yeah, dude.
But but either way, Jaire Alexander, yes, he had the pick 6 last week. But so far this year, he is allowing a 61.9 completion rate against him for 15.3 yards per completion and an 85.3 passer rating to opposing quarterbacks. So he's shown he can get got. I actually did pick up Emmanuel Wilson this week on one of my teams.
I didn't.
Sorry to say, but my running
Dang,
back sucked.
I didn't.
So I kind of had to. But
Jaden
Reed's
anyway, the only guy.
But yeah, so Jair can get got. We've seen it happen before. And sure, he had the pick six against a Will Levis led offense, like whatever, not that big of a deal. Yeah. But no, this is going to be the one that people are going to be excited about. And I don't think JJ hasn't, as I said, he talked about it in the press conference a little bit today. I don't know if Jair's talked about it yet, but yeah, this one's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's going to be a lot of smack talking going on all game long, and it's going to be something to watch for,
dude. Yeah, it is. And as far as the other side of this too, because I mean, we know JJ, he's a superstar. Like he says, like, hey, I'm not worried about this or whatever. Like JJ wants this bad. And you don't want JJ to want just JJ or whatever we're going to say. This year we can keep calling him JJ, I think. But you do not want him to want your number. And he wants Drew Alexander's number. And Jordan Addison already has his number. So if they're both out there, that's just going to spell trouble. And then on the other side of the ball, yes, I'm worried about Jaden Reed. But you're talking Jaden Reed, Dobbs, and Christian Watson. Like, that's nothing compared to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. So and it's nothing compared to Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins for sure. And we kept all of them in check. And I'm sorry. See, I'm taking CJ Stroud over Jordan Love all day long. So we're playing against a weaker offense as in general too. And I don't know, man. I'm just not concerned about this game at all. I'm not.
Tone down. I would tone down,
but I don't care.
A little bit. Hey, what's going on, Mav? How's it going?
Hey, Mav, my guy. Let's go. What's up? What's his number? I'll call him right now. Let's go. I don't know whether it's Finnegan Cook, especially Jordan Addison. Yeah, dude. Facts. Absolutely facts. Keep going. I guess we got score predictions again, everybody. We got the Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card. So get the hashtag Skols in the comment, doing the giveaway. Like the video and subscribe if you have not already. All that good stuff. We're gonna do let's go into some AJ? What's that? Hey, AJ in the building, my guy. Let's go. So let me get this whole underdog thing going here. So of course everybody knows, as you can see, actually we don't have it up right now. Let me come back to here. There we go. Boom. There we go. Take this thing down. So last week, we're doing this. We're all going to do this draft thing together. We did it last week. I screwed up. Actually, the first time we screwed up, we started too early. That one ended up winning, and we ended up winning some money on that one. The other one, last week, we got auto-picked CJ Stroud on accident. So I'm like, I mean, maybe it was a good thing that we did that. I don't know. But we're going to do it again this week. Let me get one in here. So they already got some in there. We'll do a main slate one here. Sunday main slate. We'll do this one. All right. So I'll get that up when that's all ready here. We got another person in here. Tonight. Hey. 34-0 Vikings. We like that. After this, we're going to do score predictions. We'll give away this card. And then again, everybody, we got these GG Sports podcast hats going for $29.99, including shipping. We'll bring that up again at the end of the show. If anybody's interested, we'll drop our email in here and just email us. And, we want that to be through, I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. So something we'll figure out there in the emails, all that good stuff here. Wait for this to get filled here. I guess we could also, as we wait here, I guess we could probably go into some score predictions and some other predictions here. Hey, by the way, everybody, right after this show, which should be ending pretty soon here in the next 10, 15 minutes, definitely go and check out my guy SK with Purple and Skol Media. He's going live immediately after this show. If you guys want to keep the party going, I got his YouTube stuff right here for y'all. Boom. Those hats, though. Dude, these hats are sweet. I'm telling you. These hats are sweet. They came better than I expected. we might have a hard time with. We might have to do a Thursday night game for this.
Why not?
Screw it. Let's do Thursday night game.
20 minutes.
20 minutes Thursday night. See how we do this week on a Thursday night game. All right. Draft. Yeah, this is. Oh wait, no, not Sunday. Just Thursday night. There we go. This is so it has to be a 3-person. We'll do a $5. I'm feeling confident today. Let me bring this up right away. Oh, it's filled already. It's filled already. We're going on this. Boom. All right. Hey. So we're doing a draft for tonight's game. We got the last pick here. CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. Think of any names that we like right away. We do like Malik Neighbors. I think
Neighbors goes number 2. He's going top 2.
I would say from a I'm trying to think of the word. From like a game, how we expect this game to flow out. I expect, even though Dallas hasn't been good, I think Dallas is going to dominate. I expect maybe throwing earlier on. Towards the end of the game, I'm expecting a lot of running from Dallas and then maybe more passing from the Giants. So I think we do have to keep that in mind. We don't want Daniel Jones. I
wouldn't hate Singletary here because that run defense has been pretty crummy.
Yeah, but I just don't like the game script. Like, I don't like that Devin Singletary is going to eventually have to stop running. So there's only 2 quarterbacks here. So someone doesn't get a quarterback. So I guess, I don't know. If he doesn't pick Dak, I think we just go. I think we get Dak here. GG Sports hat. Let's go. Not a Vikings hat. I mean, basically is, appreciate I'll definitely need a hat. Hey, let's go.
Or maybe this guy auto picks and he takes Dak Prescott. No.
Oh,
he did take Prescott. Oh,
he did Prescott. I don't know if I want him to do that.
I say take Neighbors.
You do?
Yep.
I would say that's not the smart play here.
Why not?
It is. He should get a lot of passes early. Just because I just think
he should get a lot of passes all game.
Oh, yeah, through the game. Never mind. You're right. Yeah.
Not the running back we're talking about here.
Yeah. Sorry. The Devin Singletary is still on my mind here. Oh, yeah, second pick. I don't know. I don't want to go Daniel Jones, but it wouldn't be smart to have a quarterback.
Maybe. Or do you grab? I don't know. That is.
I think we should just go with having a quarterback.
He's have to throw a lot.
And if we want Neighbors to do well,
throw at least one interception. But I mean, he's got to throw a lot.
He just has to throw at least one interceptions. We need Will to thrill predictions.
Well, we'll get there. I'll make sure to toss one in my score. I'll make sure to Darren. I'll take care of that one. I'll toss it in my score. Score prediction.
And of course, everybody, if you're interested in joining on this underdog, we have the link in our descriptions. Use GG Sports as the code, and you'll get matched up to at least or up to $1,000. You get matched 50% of whatever you put in using code GG Sports, and you will get a free pick as well. All that good stuff. Got to bring that up, but let's keep rolling here.
For everybody that signs up, that helps us out a lot. So make sure to
definitely.
Make sure to do that.
I do think you gotta, if we can get Rico here. Otherwise, they would go after Rico. They're making this one tough. I think we gotta go Zeke. I think we just gotta commit to our running backs. Or Tolbert. He's been doing pretty solid. But if it comes down to, if it's true and the Cowboys end up winning, if they're like destroying, then obviously you're gonna see a lot of running.
Is Greg Joseph actually the kicker for the Giants right now? He is, isn't he? Because their kicker got hurt. He is their kicker, isn't he?
Oh, we're up right now. Dang, we got a kind of a crappy spot, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to roll Zeke, I guess. I mean, I don't love any of the running backs really, but
we just need to fill in something here. We have to go with the game script here, and I do think there's going to be a lot of running. With our next pick. So far? He's been doing solid, but do we really want to? I guess we kind of have to. I don't even know who Brandon Aubrey is.
He's our kicker.
Oh.
Unless you want to grab another Packers receiver.
I could go with kicker. Kicker helped us last time.
Sure, do it. Why not? He'll be kicking a lot, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right. I think we can take this. I wish we would have got Dak or CD. We got the 2 best players out of here. We get every single time we do this, we get the last pick every time.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys kicker, yeah. We'll go with it. Wendell Robinson. We already had Neighbors. So I'm like, I don't want to just I think the Giants are just going to get smoked, to be honest. But I could be wrong. They looked good last week, and Cowboys have looked like absolute shit.
Yeah, that defense is awful. Thanks, Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer. All that shit talking. All that
Focus
shit
on
talking.
coaching.
That's
Don't
what it's
focus
going
on
to
your old
be.
team. Where
Right?
him and Stephon Diggs are a lot. They're the same person. They're the same person. Except I like Diggs.
I like that all the videos of Diggs. So this is what our team looks like. Malik Neighbors, Daniel Jones, Ezekiel
Well,
Elliott,
see,
Brandon
Diggs.
Aubrey.
This is what Diggs wanted. Diggs wanted this type of offense. Like this is the team. This is the type of team Diggs wanted to be on.
Yeah, facts. And that I loved everything that they did with Diggs. And, I think it sounded like the fans all gave him the respect that I think he deserves. I mean, he has the greatest play in Vikings history. And then after the game, he dapped up like Justin Jefferson's moment. His moment with Brian Flores was fucking awesome. And then just everybody on that team. So it was cool, man. You got after that one, you're kind of like, all right, I'm like cool with Diggs again or whatever. And then, like I mentioned last week, you know how Mike Zimmer, like I liked Mike Zimmer, but now he kind of burned a bridge, definitely with the Vikings fan base. And now you're like, now I kind of understand why Stephon Diggs wanted to leave. It probably had nothing to do with Kirk Cousins. It probably had to do with fucking Mike Zimmer.
For sure.
Fuck you, Mike Zimmer. You fucked us. Not really, but you still brought us to some places. Anyways, score predictions. I want to play poker with you. I definitely want to play poker with you guys. Talk about the Vikings and his bad luck. Hey, thanks, Zimmer. Hey, I play some poker. I got that. You'll be surprised. Put some sunglasses on. I got that poker face for sure. He'll get picked up by the. Yeah, he did. He hasn't got a play yet though.
I think right now.
Luck season the Vikings you just saw on TV will pull up to.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. This team,
so
this team's legit. It's not. It's not like. Yeah, no. It's not like the 2016 Vikings where they got off this hot start or anything like that.
No, this one, in my opinion, so far, this is the most impressed I've seen from a Vikings team in my life in the first 3 games. Although, like, I didn't watch the 98 season. I was pretty young. So, like, I remember bits and parts of it. Yeah, exactly. So, as far as, like, starts to a season, like, nobody, like, we destroyed 2 of the top teams in the NFL. Destroyed. And then, talking about score prediction, yeah, and the Packers, they beat a Tennessee team, and then they beat a Colts team. Obviously they didn't have Jordan Love, but even with Jordan Love, they lost to the Eagles. And
the Colts game was close.
Yeah, the Colts game was close.
And then the Tennessee game, they kind of blew them out.
And the 49ers game was closer than the actual, or it was not as close as the score showed.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I think that the Packers, I think we smoked the Packers. I mean, if we keep the 49ers to what was it, like pretty much, I don't know, less than 10 points until like towards the end of the game. And then we kept the Houston Texans to 6. Was it 6 or 7 for them?
7.
7. It was 6 for the Giants. And we're second in the NFL behind the Steelers in points allowed, not to mention that we've played way more. We've probably had the hardest schedule in the entire NFL in the first 3 weeks, and we have the the least amount of points scored against us. I think this Packer team isn't like Houston or 49ers. I know it was at home, but and it wasn't a divisional game, but I was still way more worried about them, especially with a Jordan Love that's not even completely healthy, or definitely a Malik Willis. So for me, my first prediction, I think the Vikings are going to win 28-10. They're lucky for me to even give them 10 because we haven't been allowing that much this season. 28-10 Vikings. I think we're going to go there and absolutely smash them. And it'll be the last time anybody predicts us as the underdog in a game for this entire season after this one. I think it's going to be that bad. And then if I already said my bold prediction was going to be Aaron Jones, 150 or whatever. No, I'm going to say we have no interceptions. I'm going to say we win the turnover battle in this. I'm going to say 2 interceptions by the Vikings again in this game. Or I'm going to go 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers by the Vikings this game, but 0 interceptions by Sam Darnold. We're going to pass. We're going to act. Well, that would, if we get 2 interceptions, that would tie them for interceptions lead. But that's my prediction in this game. Ultimately, score 28-10 Vikings. Let's fucking go.
I've said every game is going to be close this year.
No interceptions.
I do think I think that being away at Lambeau, I think it's going to be a loud environment. I do think it's going to be tightly contested for the first half or so. I do think eventually this ends up being a 10-score game. I'm going to say 31. I want to say 31-21. I want to say it kind of is
solid.
relatively close, but we pull away at the fourth quarter. I do think, here's my bold prediction. This one's for Darren. They are going to, at the end of the half, when things aren't too heavy, they're going to trot out Will Reichard for a 60-yarder.
Ooh.
At the end of the half.
60-yarder at the end of that.
Will Reichard.
Yes, because of 2 games in a row. That was the other prediction that we had last week, was that Will Reichard would hit the dagger, not a game winner. And maybe that happens again, but I don't think Will Reichard's, again, for the 4th week in a row, going to be in a position where he has to hit a game winner.
I can't wait for that, though. I can't wait to see him have to hit. Like, we're down by 1 and he has to hit, like,
and then we're just all feeling confident.
Hit like a 50-yarder to win the game.
We want it. We spend our whole lives being our worst fear is to have to hit a game winner. With Will Reichard, he's played 3 games for us, and we're like, we want that. We want to see him. We know he's that guy. We know he's that guy, dude.
So again, we both think I think this is going to be a fun. I think it's going to be, like I said earlier, I think it's going to be a fun, tightly contested game. I do think at the end of the day we win by 10 though. So there we go. Vikings move to 4-0, and as you said, it's just and then you move to 4-0, and then it's okay, cool. You did all this, but now the Vikings have to play Aaron Rodgers again, and this is going to be overseas. How's that going to go? So the tests are going to keep coming until you hit the bye week, and then after the bye week, even then now you got to play Detroit, winners of the division last year. There's going to be tests every week. It's never going to end. It's always going to be okay. Yeah, but I don't care. We're going to take care of business at Lambeau. We're going to get to 4-0. We're going to be feeling pretty good coming out of that game.
Let's go. All right, let's get these giveaways going here so we can get y'all going. You guys definitely should be tapping into Purple and Skol Media with SK after this. Oops, I moved the wrong one over there. All right, so I forgot to put it up. So everybody get the hashtag Skols in the comments. You got to be here to win anyways. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments. We got 5 entries. I just put it up, so it just took the most recent ones. Hashtag Skol, got to be here to win. Obviously, we'll do the duck race again. So that means the top 5 people right now now we have 8. We did have 5. I was like, everybody gets to make it. So get those hashtag Skols in. Get them in. Hey, Lauren, let's go.
You know what's funny is they're actually like right out there. So
are they really?
Yeah. Nope.
Let's go. Hey, Lauren, you gotta check out these hats though. These hats.
My dad's a hat guy. He'll definitely be buying one.
Yes, let's
go. I said you gotta send me like 10 of them.
I'll send you 10. Oh, probably should take that off so we're not.
Probably should. Be a good idea.
Boom, there we go. 14 entries. Anybody who hasn't put one in there, keep them coming. I'm going to start this, though, so we can get rolling here. Actually, let me get the we can get it going at the same time here. I'll get the duck race going at the same. Boom. Who's the first one in this week's duck race? Got to be here to make it to the next round. It's Bob Sweet. Bob, you still in here? Oh, you did post in here pretty quickly. Hey, Brandon, what's going on, dude? Bob Sweet, just say what's up. I know you got to be in here. You literally wrote like 2 seconds ago. I believe you're in here. There's no way.
There he is. All right.
There he is. All right, let's keep it rolling. So we got the first one, Bob Sweet. Keep it going. Second, we got. Boom. Russell
has been. He was in here literally within the minute.
Yeah. You're in here. All right, let's keep it going. A lot of these guys, everyone's probably in here right now.
Probably, yeah.
Of course he's here. Of course he's here. Yeah, I shouldn't even be questioning it if anybody's in here, but just in case. Kinetic.
I'd be a fan of that.
Let's go. Kinetic. I haven't seen Kinetic in a minute. Kinetic, you still in here? I'll put him in here for now.
We're still waiting.
All right, I'll keep this rolling, though. Kinetic, let us know. I'm here. Might be a little behind. Sounds good, Dan.
Did we hear from
who? Nors, I know you're in here.
It escaped me. Who's before Kinetic?
Oh, yeah, Russell. Russell, are you in here? Oh, yeah. Oh, he has to be. You wrote, a minute ago? He's here. Kinetic. Just need Kinetic. Nor's my guy. Let's go. All right, one more unless Kinetic does not say anything.
Here,
that's my boy right there.
That's 3 or 4, I guess.
Let's go. Who we got? Who we got? Last but not least, maybe one more. Gary. Gary, are you here?
I don't think he is. I think we got to rule him out.
All right, Kinetic. I haven't heard from Kinetic yet. All right,
might need to do one more.
Sorry, Kinetic. We gotta roll. We gotta keep rolling. 3, 2, 1. Boom. He's here. Gary, you're here. I'm not here. Who do you got? And it is. Boom. Skol Mafia. Let's go, my guy. All right. We got our 5. Let me switch
Next
over.
time, Kinetic, if you're still watching somehow.
Got the 5 names here. Let's go. Click done. 45 seconds. Y'all already know. Set. I think I'm getting auto. Am I getting auto drafted in this other league right now? Hold on. Give me 1 second here, everybody. Know what? Actually, before we do this, let's just real quick, help us out with this real quick, because I don't want this to get auto drafted. I forgot. I never got out of this. This is the main slate. Let's do this real quick, everybody. Sorry to keep y'all holding just a little bit longer. We'll do that duck race immediately after this, but we got 25 seconds to get in on this. Of course, we got the last pick of this draft here. Let's go. We got to take this one. This is dub. This winning money goes to these giveaways. You know what I'm saying? So we need your help here. And right now, again, the last place, hopefully we got a chance at Justin Jefferson, because we got to take him. Bijan, I kind of like Bijan there as well. Alvin Kamara, I know he's questionable, so that could be kind of a scary pick. Let's go. Good luck, everyone. We'll get this. And again, everybody, GG Sports Podcast hats. Definitely, if anyone's interested, let me know. I'll be putting this stuff in it. Really, I got Kamara starting on fantasy. I don't know what it sounds like. He missed a couple of practices. I don't know where he's at right now. I
I heard he was back though.
Is he? Let's see if this Kamara practice in limited fashion. Okay.
Oh,
didn't take part. I mean, limited. That's generally pretty good, especially from a
if you're upgraded from non-participant. It's usually a good time.
Come on.
I mean, if they're really worried about,
we gotta go JJ here though. Anyway. JJ's about to absolutely eat against this defense.
But will he make it?
Questionable.
He probably won't.
Oh, he's gonna get auto picked. No, dude, that's so stupid, bro. So, actually, should we? Marvin Harrison against Washington.
Hey, Norris, thanks so much, man.
Appreciate you, Norris. I like Marvin Harrison Jr. here, actually, just because the Washington, they have like one of the worst coverage. Yeah. Last week, they were the worst coverage in the NFL. So, yeah, let's go with Marvin Harrison.
He's been limited all week, but yeah, I'm in. He's going to be all right.
And then should we go Bijan here, you think?
We gotta. Oh yeah, we have another pick.
I mean, Kamara versus Atlanta, or Bijan versus.
I like Bijan.
12 point, total. Yeah, he's been pretty solid. All right, we're rocking Bijan.
I like Bijan.
Yeah. All right, we got Marvin Harrison and we got Bijan. We're gonna take this one down. What's the quarterbacks? I can't pick Jordan Love. I just know Jaden Daniels. I'll take Jaden Daniels versus Arizona. Jaden Daniels, man.
What up? Really,
dude, he looks so good.
He looks polished. Like you can tell he knows what he's doing out there. He doesn't get shaken, which we saw a lot when we were watching him anyway.
When we were watching him, the thing that, like, when we watch him, it was like he doesn't really run outside of the pocket and throw on the run type of thing. But what he does is he can stand tall in the pocket. He either uses his feet to run or those freaking corner throws, man. Those freaking sideline corner throws. Balled out throughout this last season at LSU, and you're just seeing him feeding on it in the NFL. It's so cool to watch.
And he's like, I mean, obviously he's a little older. He's played more years. He's a lot more mature. You can just tell by watching him play.
Okay, though. We'll see who's there. We'll see. Last time we got stuck with freaking CJ Stroud. I don't want that to happen again. All right, we got one more pick. This dude's the auto picker. Dang, those these running backs here.
I wouldn't. Yeah, jeez.
I mean, I'll take one of these. Like Kyron.
Is this like a full? I forget. Is this one like the full team? You got to do quarterback, 2 running backs, receiver, flex, like all that.
You can. It's 1 tight end, 1 quarterback, and then I think you have 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, and then the rest have to be. And then you could have 3 running backs and 1 wide receiver, 3 wide receivers, and 1 running back. Okay. So Alvin Kamara is out there. I mean, he's been the best the best fantasy running back this season.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
We gotta go with Kamara here.
Yeah. And then we still have another pick. Is it let you pick him?
Yeah, I got him.
We got a minute. Okay. God, I mean, you go Kyron?
No, what? Screw it. I'm a running back guy. I'm the self-proclaimed running back guru in all my fantasy. Oh,
you had 30 points last week.
Dang, it won't let us get him. Okay, backup plan. Quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes.
Let's go Jaden Daniels. Let's have some fun. Well,
we might be able to get him next time. Chris Godwin's been that guy. We're going.
He's touchdown every week. Yep. I like him.
He's been that guy. We need what are we sitting at? Tight end. Brock Bowers. I do like him if he comes back around. Potentially he's been feeding. What else have we got here? Isn't there like a spot where I can see all of our picks? Nobody can pick Kyron. Nobody wants Kyron.
It's weird.
Maybe they know something we don't. As far as like maybe you feed on wide receivers in this. Uh-oh. Come on, don't pick Jaden down. I'll pick Patrick Mahomes, though. Even though the Chargers actually have been not allowing a lot of points.
But it's going to be a weird game, though, if they don't have Herbert.
Oh, we got to go there. It's been absolutely eating. At least this last game. 10 receptions for 177 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, he did go. No. All right. Should we do it? Jaden Daniels.
Sure. I like it.
All right.
Little Jaden Daniels, Dallas Goedert action.
We need him to go crazy, though. Is that what we're feeling? I do see a Kincaid in. Kincaid's way down here. It doesn't matter, really.
Yeah.
But Goddard's been eating big time.
I go Goddard, yeah.
I don't know what's going on with A.J. Brown. He's not even in here. That's a big thing.
There he is.
Brown? A.J. Brown?
10 seconds, though.
All right, we're going to go with it. I think AJ, what? Network. Oh, there we go. We got it. All right.
But I mean, even if AJ Brown does play, Devontae Smith isn't. So they're still missing receivers.
We do got Marvin Harrison, but that is true. It probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to go with Kyler. Kyler was already picked. He was already picked, actually.
Gotta ride the hot hand, though. You know?
I mean, Daniels can get you so many points just on the ground, but we'll see. We're taking a chance here. Hey, Mike in the building. That guy, is he big? Oh, dude, that's what I said. What did I say? 28-10. 28-10 Vikings, baby. Let's go. You're not going to show me the draft after all this? There it is. Jane Daniels, Bijan Robinson, Alvin Kamara, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Godwin, and Dallas Goedert. Y'all going to see us come back here on Monday with a victory here. Let's go. But now let's jump right back into this duck race here. Made you guys wait long enough, I feel like. Let's go. How many shuffles? I think maybe 3 for Jordan Addison coming back.
Sure. I like it.
1, 2, 3. Kind of some boring ducks, but that's all right.
4.
We got Gary with the bear duck. I like that. Teddy
Let's
bear duck.
Let's roll with it.
Ready? After the race card, can you give me 2 more race to give away a hat on me for my Skol mates? Hey, I got you, Gary. Yeah. So after the race for a card, can you do 1 more race? Yeah, I got you. We'll figure out. So this one's for the card. Or Gary, do you want? No, we'll start over. All right. This one's for the card. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Let's go. Have a comeback game. Let's go. Who we got? Russell's in the beginning. I don't even know, business duck. There's a business duck, I guess. I don't think
that's business duck. I think that's Bernie duck.
Bernie duck? Yeah, I can see that. Let's go. No card, then hat. Okay. No card. Oh. Hat giveaway. No card, then hat. I don't know what you're saying, Gary.
No, comma, card, then hat.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Both. He said do both.
Well, Gary's coming
No.
for this one anyways.
You said, should we just do the hat then? Or then he's saying no.
Card, Gary's got the card anyways. Gary's got the card anyways. Let's go, Gary. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So as Gary said, he is going to be helping us give away a hat for you all. How do we want to do this? We want to do another duck race. We want to pick 5 more names and then re-enter everybody into this duck race, Gary.
That is what he said in his initial comment.
All right, I'm bringing it back up here. I'm gonna refresh this. Wait, how do I do that? Let me see this real quick. All right, everybody. Gary is helping us out, and we're running this back, giving away a GG Sports Podcast hat from Gary. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. We will pick 5 names again. Right now, we just got one entry. So get those hashtag Skols in the comments. Get them in the comments. Hashtag Skol. Whoever has that
one so far.
Get it. You're going to get it.
Is this thing updating live or is it? Okay, there we go. Now we got 2.
Got one. There we go. They're coming. In.
Okay, now we're in.
They're coming in. Gary's going to take the W on this one. Get the hashtag Skols in here. Casey, what about Will the Thrill t-shirts?
Someday we could look into that.
I think we could look into that eventually.
I'd wear it.
Let's keep going. Hey, Steve, let's go. Get them hashtag Skols in.
They're rolling in now. Get them
hashtag Skols in for your chance to win the GG Sports Podcast hat. Brought to you by our boy Gary.
Anybody else? We have 10 so far.
Got 10. 5 makes it to the next round. Will the thrill coming? Let's go. Mike Sports Vibes, my guy. Let's go. Give it time. We'll give it a little bit of time here. I guess in the meantime, what time is it? 7:19. In the meantime, I mean, we already said it. I think we're going to wipe our asses with the Greenbay Packers, bro. It's going to be bad. I'm telling you all. It's going to be bad. I already talked about it yesterday. My 1 score prediction, actually, and just an update for everybody. We are working on this, a Skol Fest video that is in the process of editing. It's almost to the final stages. So we should have some updates on that within the next couple days, or at the very least, the beginning of next week. So that's going to be really exciting. Again, everybody, I'm going to be on Vocal Vikes channel tomorrow for his live stream to talk more shit about the Packers, just because that's what I like to do. Again, everybody in here giving away the GG Sports Podcast hat from Gary. So get those hashtag Skols in the comments. All that good stuff here. I'm going to start picking names right now. So anybody who's new here, I'll just put this up here. Well, you can see my hat, I guess. All right. 5 names makes it into the race again. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Who's the first one? Who is the first one? For some reason, I accidentally started that all over. And first chance at this hat. The first hat. Norse made it back in. Let's go. Norse, you got us. I mean, we literally just started this all. You got to be back in here. All right. We'll keep it going, though. Boom. Who we got next? Who do we got next? Stag School. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Mike Sports Vibes, my guy.
Danny Dimes already has 1 pass for 39 yards to Malik Neighbors, my guy.
Dang. We should have went under on that interception. Mike Sport Vibes. Norse is in here. I know he is. Let's keep it rolling. We got 2 already. Let's keep it going. Who do we got? And it is boom, boom. Bob Swede. Bob literally just wrote in here. All right. All right. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. Bob Swede. Already see you. So let's go. Two more.
Oh, that's my mom. Oh, boy.
Hey, that was our easy sale. Let's go.
1 of 5. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, we'll keep it going. I was gonna say we could just go like everybody. We could do like an everybody one. That'd be kind of fun. How about that? Let's just do that. Let's go everybody. Why not? Let's just get everybody in here. My God, Mark.
What the heck was the point of these last few minutes here?
I don't know. It's a waste of time. I think it'd be fun. We got 5 here. I think it'd be cool to put everybody who's in here.
That seems a little cheap to the 5 people that have already kind of won their way through here.
That
seems
is
a little
fair.
cheap to me.
That does feel. Gary, what do you think? They did make it to the top 5. I feel like we do. I feel like it is fair. I feel like it's fair. We got to go through. Next time we'll remember that. I would have to put all the names in and stuff. So we're going to go with the 5. There's going to be other times for all of this. I'm going to set this here. Our 5s, obviously. Oh, I have to put the duck race up. Can't forget about that. All right. Nors, Mike Sports Vibes, Bob Swede, Gwenny, Mark, Phil. Let's go. 3. Oh, wait. How do we want to do this? Should we just wait for Cool Ducks on this one?
Sure.
Gary wants to buy 2 hats.
Let's save one for Monday. Let's save one for the post game stream.
Yeah. We'll save one, Gary. Save one. We can do another one. All right, let's just go with this one. So next time, sure. Gary might do that again. 3, 2, 1, boom. We're the GG Sports Podcast hats that we literally got, yesterday. So it's been one day. We got Bob in the lead here. He's taking the lead. Let's go. Gary says,
boy. Leading means nothing.
Dang. If Norris wins, I give it to Mafia. Dang, my guy.
I like your chances here. I kind of like your chances.
Let's see what happens here. Mike's in the lead. If there's a bump off the back. Oh,
no. Mom's falling back. Oh, boy.
Ooh, she's coming back. She wants this W here. She is, too. Norris, though. Norris wants it. Oh, it's going to be – it's Norris.
Norris by a beak. Literally Norris by a beak.
Wins. The purple duck always wins. Norris, you want to give that to Skol Mafia? You cancel this. Norris with the win. Let's go. Here
we go.
Is that what you want to do, Norris? Yep. All right, okay. Skol Mafia, my guy. I already got all your stuff. Of course, everybody else in here. Depending on how you get a hold of me, I'm putting my email. If anybody else is interested in a hat, just email us and let us know how many, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's go. Appreciate you, Gary. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, Gary. That was very nice of you. But everybody else, thank you so much for hopping in. If you sent some super chat donations, we appreciate that. If you just joined us to have a good time, we appreciate you as well. I guess big game this weekend, as we've already talked about. We'll be back on Bleacher Report on Sunday to break it down right after the game. Also be back right here on GG Sports Podcast live on Monday, 6 p.m. Central Time, the only time zone that's important and matters to anybody. But we'll be talking about a huge, hopefully, Minnesota Vikings win, 4-0, first place in the division. So thank you guys again so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time right here on the GG Sports Podcast.
Fuck the Packers.